Hello everyone, my name is McKenna Mussolino and this presentation is on menstruation during humanitarian disasters. So to start off this presentation, I have a quote from Frida Kahlo that says, "At the end of the day, we can endure much more than we think we can." Frida Kahlo was a very famous Mexican painter whose work was inspired by the nature and artifacts of Mexico. She struggled for most of her life because at the age of 18 she was in a bus accident. It caused her lifelong pain and a lot of medical issues. So I think this quote is really inspiring for women, and especially the young women who are struggling with menstruation during humanitarian crisis, and it really just pushes people to not think so little of themselves. So what is menstruation? Menstruation is also known as a period, is normal vaginal bleeding that occurs monthly as a woman's body prepares for a pregnancy. Since no pregnancy occurs, the uterus sheds its lining, and periods can last anywhere from up to 3 days, 5 days, or 7 days, or even longer than that. Just depends on the person and the body. Periods usually begin between the ages of 11 and 14 and will continue till around age 51. At around age 51, or maybe even earlier than that, women will go through menopause. Periods can come with many symptoms other than bleeding, like abdominal cramping, lower back pain, bloating, headaches, and a lot more. So there are pretty many period products that maintain menstrual hygiene and help absorb the monthly flow. So the first one I have is pads. Cotton pads stick to your underwear to absorb the period blood so that you don't leak through your underwear or your jeans, which is pretty embarrassing if that happens. Cotton pads are not reusable and they should be thrown away after use. Reusable pads are cloth pads that are able to be washed and reused. So they can be made out of cotton or bamboo, and instead of being sticky, they have buttons to secure it on your underwear. And then once you're done with it, you just throw it in the washer and wash it. You probably need more than one of these because once you change it, you'll need to put another one on or have another option like tampons. Tampons are pieces of cotton with a string on one end. Instead of being placed on your underwear, they are inserted into the vagina for up to 8 hours. If you go longer than 8 hours, you can have pretty many health issues like a vaginal infection or toxic shock syndrome, which is deadly. So you want to make sure you don't have it in longer than that. So the next period product I've listed is menstrual cups. Menstrual cups are medical grade silicone or rubber cups that are inserted into the vagina to collect the blood. You would empty the cup every 8 to 12 hours and then rinse it under hot water and reuse it. To clean it, like after each cycle or before every cycle, you should put the cup in boiling water and let it sit and do its thing and get clean. The next period product I have listed is period underwear. So period underwear are like regular underwear, but they are made to absorb period blood. They can be worn alone or worn with a pad or a tampon as extra protection, and you just as well throw them in the washer to get washed and wait for the next time to use them. Everyone who menstruates struggles when trying to find period products during humanitarian disasters. This struggle can come from the lack of availability to find these products or the lack of money to buy them. Instead of using safe and sanitary products, people who menstruate use other objects like torn up rags and clothing, which are very unhygienic ways of aiding them while on their period, and they are extremely dangerous to their bodies. Using unhygienic alternatives can lead to infections like a urinary tract infection, or even worse, like toxic shock syndrome, which can be deadly if not immediately treated. As well as leading to infections, the lack of period products can lead to embarrassment and loss of dignity. If the woman does not have period products, it will leak through their underwear and it will cause staining in some cases, or just other people will see it and point it out and make fun of them. This, which especially is embarrassing for younger girls who do not really understand what their period is yet or why it happens, and they just want to to fit in and be accepted by others. So periods don't stop during disasters, which is like obviously, but this subject is very overlooked and it needs a lot more attention to help these women. So one group that gives this topic attention, the attention it deserves, is the United Nations Population Fund. The United Nations Population Fund is an organization that aids in the process of helping people with a menstrual cycle to get products, supplies, and safe sanitation facilities. The United Nations Population Fund distributes dignity kits that contain disposable and reusable menstrual pads, underwear, soap, and other related items during humanitarian disasters. They also educate both boys and girls to help them understand that menstruation is normal and healthy through programs like the Y Peer program. They also improve the safety of bathroom facilities in displacement camps by distributing flashlights and installing solar lights. And lastly, the United Nations Population Fund works to spread awareness about this overlooked topic and improves the overall treatment of people with a menstrual cycle during humanitarian disasters. So on this slide is a link to donate to women and girls in need. It can help provide women and girls access to safe and voluntary family planning places that ensure pregnant women receive the care they deserve and deliver their babies safely. It also supports survivors of gender-based violence and prevents harmful practices against women and girls, such as female genital mutilation and early childhood marriage. Just $50 can provide 10 emergency birthing kits. This kit provides the most basic sterilized equipment needed to help women and their babies after birth. Um, this picture this picture was taken in Yemen, where the world's worst humanitarian disaster has unfolded over the last 4 years. Almost half of the country's health facilities are closed, which leaves pregnant mothers, women, young girls, and babies in a lot of danger. And lastly is my works cited page. Thank you.